Just remember your cap with the wind.
Yep.
Follow behind me. I'll open and shut the doors when we're getting in and out. Do a trial run of getting in and out. Remember we talked about holding on to that top handle and getting your foot up and then coming down backwards. But generally we'll get out, we'll get our gear out. I'll get the guns in and out also. I'll open and shut the doors for you. But we'll just sit down beside the helicopter. I'll give him the thumbs up when we're clear and he'll depart. And then we'll start the hunt from there. When he returns, we'll find a good safe area, whether it's the same area or another area where the helicopter can come in, and we'll let him come into us. Remember your caps and that again. And he'll come in. There's going to be a lot of downdraft, a lot of noise. It's going to be very noisy. And mate, today of all days it's going to be a ripper because of that snow, you know. So the bulls are going to be really active. They're going to be moving. It's going to get them up. They're going to stay out a lot longer. And we can track them in the snow. So she's going to be a good day, mate.
Come with us this week as we hunt in Middle Earth for New Zealand's Chamois and Tahr. Hi, I'm Larry Weissoon. New Zealand's Southern Alps are breathtakingly and ruggedly beautiful. Interestingly, we'll be hunting in some of the same locations as were shown in the major motion picture trilogy, Lord of the Rings. High country hunting at its finest. This is Outfitters Rating TV.
Helicopters are used in New Zealand much like pickups are used in the American West. Because of the rugged terrain, helicopters are often the only way to access some of these remote areas. Once an animal is located, you're dropped off to pursue on foot, much like a pronghorn truck hunt, only much steeper.
You know, we spent the morning flying. We've seen a lot of animals, but Doug had already expressed to me that he wanted a big bull and a big buck chamois. So, you know, we passed on a lot of animals. We saw some good representatives, but nothing that really, you know, really that stood out and said, yeah, that's a big animal.
In 1904 and again in 1909, 13 tahr were shipped from the UK and given to New Zealand by the British Duke of Bedford. Additionally, in 1907, an Austrian emperor gifted and shipped a number of chamois. Both species were released on the South Island, and with no predators, have since flourished to the point that the New Zealand government considers them pests. However, sportsmen from around the world know them both to be a unique and special trophy.
You guys have got a lot of different species here to hunt. Unique species that you can hunt in other places of the world. The chamois, the tahr, free range anyway. Your red stag, your elk. What else are we missing? Wallabies.
Fallow deer.
Fallow deer. Wallabies.
Deer, rooster samosika. We've actually got 14 different big game species, as well as bird shooting, and of course the trout and salmon fishing, and a lot of ocean fishing too. So, and being an island with all the 4 seasons, we've got a very temperate climate, so with no predators, so everything absolutely flourishes here.
Don't go away. Jim and Doug go out in search of that big bull tahr. Outfitters Rating TV, brought to you by OutfittersRating.com. Trust but verify. Ruger, rugged, reliable firearms. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Zeiss, we make it visible.
OutfittersRating.com will change the way you look at outfitters and charters. Outfitters, if you do what you say you do and run a quality business, it's a no-brainer. It's free, it's quick, and it's simple. Hunters and fishermen, now you have the resources to verify you get what you pay for. All you have to do is visit the Outfitter testimonials on the site, and you'll understand why you want to be here.
OutfittersRating.com. Trust but verify.
You know, when I was planning this hunt, we only set it up for 5 days. Once I got here, I realized I should have probably had a 10-day hunt. You cannot hope to get everything in that you want to get in. You know, preparations for a hunt like this, you always start with a good quality outfitter, you know, and we're going to drive you right to the site, outfittersrating.com. If you're going to come this far, all the way around the world, the first thing you need to know is, are you coming with somebody that's going to produce?
Myself and Doug spotted, you know, a big mob of bulls straight off the bat, and as soon as we seen them, one bull in particular broke away, went straight downhill, big black bull. That's a good indication, big body size, big black bull this time of year. He's something we're after, you know. What's going down here, mate? That's that spear grass I was telling you about. It's great, it's good stuff. Never a lack of water up here, Doug. It's that black stuff.
Are these Hobbit brooks?
Yeah, this is where there have been known to. Don't stand on that black stuff there, mate. Yeah, there have been hobbits seen in the area lately. Yeah, we got out on a nice little ridge and he was coming down that valley, and we just set up there in some cover in the tussocks, and he just come all the way down, working his way down, you know, heading for heavy cover.
Based on Jim's experience, he believes the Tahr is going to run into the next drainage to exit the area. He's got Doug set up in a perfect spot for a shot with his Ruger rifle and Hornady ammo. That is, of course, as Jim is right in his decision, and the Tahr didn't decide to run in another direction.
Yeah, it came right to us. It was just fantastic, you know.
I had no idea how pretty these things are on the hoof. I've seen them on camera. I've seen them in videos and pictures. Just gorgeous. When they run at you with the full mane, it looks almost like a grizzly bear running in the fall.
Right on cue, the big Tahr continues to ease down the creek, using the terrain and tussock grass for cover. With the wind in their face and the sun on their back, everything is coming together just right. The bull closes to 200 yards, but he won't stop. Doug has a good view here, but with the Tahr constantly moving, Jim instructs him to wait until the moment the animal pauses, then be ready to quickly take the shot.
Okay, first shot's fired, it's hit him. He's just coming down, we're going to kind of go and Doug pulled off an awesome shot. Got over there, you know, had a quick look at him, wide bull, big cape, big body, good length horns, it was just perfect.
We'll take a better look at that big Tahr a little bit later. Now, let's visit with Shane Johnston of Four Seasons Safaris.
The thing is, Doug, you know, we love what we do. This is obviously a business, and we've created a good business. And it all comes down to passion. We love what we do. We love where we are, we love where we live, and we love sharing it with people, mate. I mean, you started out as a client, and now we're very good friends, mate, and that's how we like to treat everybody, mate.
Four Seasons Safaris is not just for hunters. Some of the many activities they have include skiing, fishing, golfing, trekking, and as Larry found out on his visit, jet boat rides on the river.
Have you been on a jet boat before?
I have never been on a jet boat before.
Well, this is going to be quite exciting for you, mate.
I mean, you talk about an absolute blast out there. You're just kind of skimming along the top of the water. You're looking at countryside on either side. Some places big, tall bluffs. Other broad, open areas. Fast running water. Rapids. Just about the time you think you've had a good experience about being on the river, he'll do a 360, and I mean, it is an absolute blast spending time on that river.
There is much to do at the Four Seasons, but Doug's adventure awaits in the towering Southern Alps.
Do you want to know you're getting what you paid for? Or are you okay with getting whatever you get? OutfittersRating.com is making that difference. There's no arguing this program is necessary. We need it. These outfitters have nothing to hide, and they're laying it all on the table. Outfitters, if you're real and honest, there is no reason not to be in the program. Join us and make a difference. Outfitters Rating, trust but verify.
Well, that's a cool looking rack there. Hey, you know, there's some great hunting opportunities out there and some incredible outfitters. And then there's some outfitters that are not so incredible. And we have some great fishing charters out there, and we have some fishing charters that are not so great. So how do you eliminate getting stuck with a bad outfitter or a bad charter? You know, there is a service called OutfittersRating.com. You can go on the internet and hook up and get the scoop on your outfitter or your charter before you ever have to take that risk and spend your money. So join us at OutfittersRating.com and get the scoop on your outfitter or charter.
Once again, we got straight into some of that prime chamois country. This is the day we've got to get it, and we haven't got any days left. And Doug expressed once again he wanted a big buck, and this time of year they're very hard to get. They're not in the rut, and they're roaming by themselves. And they bed down early and they don't get up till late.
Not only legal, helicopter transport for hunting is most often the only way to access some areas in New Zealand. Since the 1960s, when the New Zealand government first started using choppers to drop hunters into the high country for culling tahr and chamois herds, helicopters have become an essential mode of transport for most alpine spot and stalk hunts.
You know, with a bit of luck on our side, I spotted what turned out to be a tremendous buck right on an open ridge up very high. I just got that helicopter to just drop us straight down, and I said, get out of this area straight away, you know, let's get on them.
Oh, we're goat hunting again, baby.
Chamois hunting is very much like Rocky Mountain goat hunting. You won't find either species down in the valley meadows. They both prefer the high, steep country. The rocky cathedrals, jagged peaks, and sheer cliffs are their homes. They live comfortably in places where most men can't even go. Running at full stride, up, down, and across grades that hunters couldn't traverse on foot is just second nature to these sure-hoofed creatures. To harvest one is an accomplishment. To not feel a calling to return someday to do it again? Impossible.
And we did 230 odd yards, you know, we just watched him. We couldn't shoot him for a start. He was in very steep country and I didn't want him falling and breaking horns.
I can kind of sympathize with Doug. I've hunted chamois in New Zealand and elsewhere, but I've also hunted Rocky Mountain goats. Unbelievably tough country, and I dearly love that high country hunting. But I'll also tell you this, I think the chamois is one of the most underrated big game animals there is in the world. They live in such high places. Horrible hunts, if you will, in a lot of respects, because you're always on rocky ground that the rocks may not stay where you put your feet. So it's a very interesting type hunt. Reminds me a lot of the hunt that I did in New Zealand. We got up into the high country, finally spotted the chamois that we're after, made a stalk on him, had to cross all kinds of rough, rugged, old nasty country, finally got in a position, and of all things, he started running toward us. Never will quite figure out why he did that, but he gave me the shot, and I was able to take the shot and put the animal down. But as I said, to me, the chamois is one of the most underrated big game animals there is in all the world. Live in such spectacularly beautiful country, rugged country. You need to try it, and I understand too, that's why Doug is here right now trying to take a chamois of his own.
He come down into a little steep creek and I knew, right, I can recover that from there, I can get down. And bang, man, we set up and Doug drilled him, and it was just perfect.
When we come back, you'll get to see both animals and hear the conclusion to the adventure. Outfitters Rating TV, brought to you by OutfittersRating.com. Trust but verify. Ruger, rugged, reliable firearms. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Zeiss, we make it visible. Swacker, broadheads that open so fast you can hear the swack. Come here, deer, the revolutionary deer attractant. And by Bog Pod, the sticks with red grips.
OutfittersRating.com will change the way you look at outfitters and charters. Outfitters, if you do what you say you do and run a quality business, it's a no-brainer. It's free, it's quick, and it's simple. Hunters and fishermen, now you have the resources to verify you get what you pay for. All you have to do is visit the outfitter testimonials on the site and you'll understand why you want to be here.
OutfittersRating.com. Trust but verify. Up against the clock, Doug is down to the last afternoon of the hunt. Undaunted, Jim moves them to a new area looking for that big tar. After locating one in a careful stalk, they punch one of the two remaining tags. Then, with only a few hours of light left, they find a chamois high on the mountain. After being dropped off and climbing into position, the quest is completed with another beautiful trophy.
He come down into a little steep creek and I knew, right, I can recover that from there, I can get down. And bang, man, we set up and Doug drilled him, and it was just perfect.
Things happened quick. We ended up getting on the Tahr first, and it's just as gorgeous footage as you've seen already. Actually, it's my first chamois and Tahr, and I couldn't be more tickled about it. Tell us a little bit about the trophy quality of these animals.
These are very good trophies, mate. Obviously, for the Tahr, for a start, you know, this time of year, they've still got probably 2 more weeks to grow at their full cape. To us and to a lot of clients and a lot of New Zealanders especially, the cape is probably 70 to 80% of the trophy. You know? So this time of year it's hard to find a big cape. You've actually got an exceptional cape for this time of year. He's probably lucky to have another week left in his cape, but he's a beautiful big gold at the front and a very dark black and outstanding horns as well. And on the chamois, obviously we're after another big buck. You know, we consider the females and the males both trophies. We only shoot the females though if she's a big old barren nanny, and quite often she's going to be bigger bodied and bigger horns, a lot longer, but possibly not quite as heavy in the bases. So, the buck here is an exceptional trophy. Both of them are. The chamois are my favourite animal. They're very much underestimated. As a trophy animal, they're a lot more agile and they're a beautiful animal, you know, they really are. And the buck here is just going into his winter cape now. In May he'll be very dark like the bull Tahr there, with a big dorsal spine that'll be very dark also and raised.
Good job. Going home extremely happy, not just with the animals, with the whole experience. It's
great, mate.
Unbelievable.
Well, we aim to please.
We didn't even get to do half the stuff that we wanted to do.
No, not
I mean,
yet.
we got a lot of...
Hey, we're not flying out till, what, lunchtime tomorrow? We've still got jet boating, fishing, you know.
We're going to get as much in as we can, but we're looking forward to coming back.
Oh, you're awesome.
Good job, Jim.
Thanks.
Finishing up the week here with Shane Johnson, Four Seasons Safaris, New Zealand. It's been an outstanding hunt, outstanding services. You guys have treated us like royalty here. I'm going to feel a little spoiled going home. The wife may not like that, but in all seriousness, it's been one of the most enjoyable hunts for me, especially. aside of the animals, which we took unbelievable animals, the facilities, you got 5-star facilities, you really do. But you knew that, you conveyed that. We knew that before we showed up, just by the ratings that come back through the site. We knew what you had, the way you treated people, what your clients thought about you before we showed up. And that's what makes it nice. Then getting here and seeing it. And by the way, there is no way you can convey how beautiful this place is. It truly is a Garden of Eden. The trip would be worth coming over here just to see the area and experience the flavor of New Zealand. It really is.
New Zealand is a beautiful place. We've got a great product, we love what we do, and we love sharing it with people.
Another fabulously successful hunt with the guides at Four Seasons Safaris. New Zealand's South Island truly is a magical and mystical hunting destination. Rugged mountains, challenging terrain, and home to some of the finest big game animals in the world. See you right here next week on Outfitters Rating TV for another exciting episode.
Hey, if you missed part of the show or previous episodes, don't sweat it. Come to the site, outfittersrating.com, and you can watch all the previous episodes in HD. Pause it, replay it, it's all on your schedule.
Yeah, our light switches go the other way. Uh-oh. What, they don't or they do? Have you not noticed that yet?
I've not noticed.
Copyright.
I'm still getting it on the wrong side.
Okay.